Good afternoon. There we go. My microphone was a dud there for a second. I am back on lunch. So we're gonna work on some code. Making sure my microphone settings are all good. Obviously, let me know if I sound terrible. I appreciate you. All right, so I think today, let me update the, put a little chat message. Let's see. I had an idea for a series of YouTube videos that walks through implementing an AI agent using super primitive approach. I'm working on developing the outline and code for those videos. Gonna pin that so that people, if anyone shows up, they know what the heck's going on. All right, so the idea here is, that AI agents get a lot of hype at the moment, but I don't see anybody doing a really good job of, let's see, what is it, ls-hidden, remove that guy, let's see, remove -fo .get, there we go. Okay, so what am I trying to get at with these videos? So basically, well, hello, Linda Reed. Those are quite the set of emojis you have there. Here, I'll show you some of my emojis. This is my favorite emoji. It's a members only emoji. And then I also like this one. I also like this emoji. It's another members only emoji. YouTube actually has a pretty good set of standard emojis. Okay. So basically, here's the point. Here's the point of the videos I want to make. So I'm also going to do this. I'm also going to do all this code in a single C# file, because I think that'll be a fun way to demo that new functionality that's coming in .NET. Let's create a notes.md file. Okay, so AI agents video series. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Let's see, name ideas. It's only gonna be like 4 videos, I think, 5 videos. What about AI agents explained, maybe? Or an AI agent in a single file? Or we could do, what would be another good one? How about build an AI agent? That one probably would do well. Those are simple name ideas. But let's see. Outline. So I think it's gonna end up being just like 5 videos. And I kind of want to go, I want to do this super primitive. Like, this is going to be super low level. Because I really want to like drive home the fact that like AI agents aren't magic. That they're actually rather straightforward. Now, people can make them very complicated, but in terms of the overall concept, it's a pretty straightforward thing. So I think video 1. Let's call this what is an agent? And then video 2. Video 2 is going to be like where we actually get to the point of like, let's see, what do I want to call, like, this is basically where I want to talk about the LLM. Like, how does an LLM, let's see, give it a brain, like that. And then let's do video 3. We'll talk about like arms and legs. This is where video 3 is where I want to talk about like what makes an agent is the fact that you have an LLM, but then that LLM can provide inputs that your code can do stuff with, right? Because you're gonna write like tools that the agent can use. So give it a brain, and then let it do stuff. Let's see, video 4, I think is probably let it run. This is basically where we talk about the loop, and then I think in video 5, what do I call this? Like the edge, or like let's see, let it run. How about give it oh no. Did OBS just disconnected. Well, that's not good. Sorry about that. I think I lost you guys for a second. That's quite literally never happened to me. Let's see. Hello, Zorro Edits. How are you? Let's see. LLM can semantically reason about what it has been asked to do. Then its tools to help it accomplish the request. That's basically what an agent is. Can run in a loop using as many tools as it needs, and can stop and ask for more input. Coding? Yeah, coding, sort of. Today I have an idea for a series of videos that's basically kind of walks through like building a very simple AI agent with the goal of trying to just kind of demystify and explain what the hell AI agents are, just because that's such a That's the latest kind of hype and craze, and I think a lot of people think it's a lot more mystical than what it is. Uh, okay, so I think we also, in this video, this is where we're going to explain project setup. Let's see, we're going to use .NET 10, use C#, use single file app support, because I think that'll be fun. And then, oh, we also need to say we're going to use the Gemini API. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Is we'll basically get it to a point where kind of we have it set up and ready to go. So let's actually rename this to video 1. Video 1. There we go. I'm subscribing. Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. It's the first time I think I've seen you here, Zoro, so appreciate you stopping in and subscribing. I don't know how into like programming and tech and coding you are, but if you're interested in kind of like coding, programming, technology, you know, my take on things in those sphere, this would be a good channel for you. All right, so video 1, I think we'll basically just say, like we'll explain that we're using .NET 10. So we'll explain that we need the .NET 10 SDK installed. You'll need to make sure that you'll probably want to have a global.json file so that you can use whatever the current version of .NET is that you're using, and then in this particular repo you can use 10. Mark. Hey Mark, how are you doing? I was hoping to do something like this, but always chicken out because I'm afraid. First of all, don't be afraid. Second of all, I think what kind of sets me free from being afraid is that, well, in my head, I just tell myself no one really cares what I think or what I'm doing, so I might as well do it anyways. And I have a lot of thoughts about agents, and I have a lot of thoughts about the marketing and the hype around agents, and how actually under the hood there's not a whole lot of cleverness going on, right? You're just talking to an LLM. The LLM's generating some inputs to some code, and some smart developer wrote some code to do something with those inputs. And so I just want to make a series that kind of steps through that and walks through that at kind of a primitive level. So okay, so we'll use the Gemini API key. We'll need to call out, you'll need an API key. This might actually be good to kind of explain to people, maybe explain how to get it. I don't know, that might be kind of out of scope because that goes into like, okay, you got to go into the Google console, you got to create a project, that might be, but the Gemini API I think is a good one because they support function calling or tool calling, and they have a pretty generous free tier. So I think that'll be a good API to use. Hey, what's up, Dev? How are you? Yo, 406,000 views on a short is amazing work. Are you talking about this short? The Kevin short, I think, is the one you're talking about. Let me see if I can find it. I never understand what goes viral here. What's up, Harrison? I think I do kind of remember you. But it's been a while. See if I can find this short that he's talking about. Yeah, you're talking about this one. Uh,
Me mechanic not speak English, but he know what we mean when me say car no go, and we best friends. So me think, why waste time? Say
that's a good short. Yeah, that's a good short. Yeah. I never understand what blows up on YouTube. Like the most random stuff will gain traction. Go figure. Dev, you heard Tame Impala? No, I have not. I don't know what that is, Dev. KT just got here. What are we up to? So, KT, I was laying in bed last night and I had this idea. Hey, I have some thoughts for. I have some thoughts about AI agents, and I feel like what better way to communicate those thoughts than to talk through a very primitive implementation of like what is an agent, what does it look like in code, how do you go about actually building one of these things, because I think there are so many layers of abstraction right now on this whole like agentic AI craze that it's a little bit, in my opinion, it's almost a little bit misleading. And so I'd really like to try to, through these videos, kind of pull back the hood a little bit and just say, like, look, an agent largely is comprised of an LLM with some function calls that a smart developer wrote, basically, that allows the LLM to generate inputs to deterministic code, right? So it's like an LLM has the semantic reasoning ability, it can generate inputs. Some developers' deterministic code calls the function with those inputs, returns the result, and then we just run that in a loop, right? And that's, but I think it drives it home a lot clearer if we step through actually implementing it. So that's what I'm trying to work through, like what do I want to talk about in each video, and what does the code look like that we will write in each video, because obviously I'm not going to do all that. Just like if I was to record all of this on the fly, those videos would be so long. They'd be like hours long. um, yeah. So I think I think I think that's good. So use the Gemini API. What else? I think that's it. We're going to use the Gemini API. We're going to do single file app. We're going to write it in C#. It's going to use .NET 10. And then we'll say, yeah, after we get we should API key read from configuration. So probably set that up ahead of time. So we're gonna want to like show them, hey, this is the app.settings.json file. Video 1. So we'll want to do something like, let's say console.writeLine is the, oh shoot, hold on. Go to NVim config. Go to, yeah, there you go. Go to NVim config. Okay, I'm on the right branch. NVim. Oh, it's because I don't have a Git repository. Hold on. Sorry. Git init. There we go. I think basically my LSP isn't attaching to this buffer, and I think it's because I don't have a csproj file in the root. So I think I'm gonna have to, let's see, go or edit. It's complaining. NeoVim is complaining. Hey, I have an idea related to this type of this thing you may work on in the future. Yeah, Zorsh, send me your ideas, man. I'm all open. Dev, he's an artist. You might like his music. Oh, you're talking about Tom Impala. Okay, yeah, I'll look it up. KT, yeah, you gotta explain that like I'm a 5-year-old. Dev, you should include MCPs as well. Well, MCPs is like a whole separate thing. It's like it doesn't have anything to do with agents. So like, I mean, it has something to do with agents in the sense that like MCPs enable MCP clients, MCP servers enable MCP clients to do things in other systems, right? MCP is a protocol that establishes a standard way for clients and servers to speak, so you can have clients that can have, and you can author clients once and author servers once and use them in usable stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to drive home like this idea that like these agentic systems aren't anything special. They're API calls hooked up to LLMs that are generating inputs that call deterministic code, and they run in a loop. That's essentially what I'm trying to drive home. What's the time there? Because I live in India. Famous for scams across the internet and mainly for its civic scene. I've not heard that India is famous for scams. I thought that was more of a Nigeria thing. But yeah, it's here it's 2:51 p.m. It was the middle afternoon here in the States. Okay, I think I need to add this is like root markers, I think is what this is. So I can't remember what exactly the NVim LSP config root markers is what it's called. Root markers. Dot git. See if that fixes it. Copilot is attached to this buffer, but OmniSharp is not attaching to this buffer. And I think it's not attaching because there's not a, let's see, .NET run video. Oh, whoops. Whoopsies. Here it is 1:25. Wow, that's early in the morning. You guys should be in bed. You guys should be sleeping. Yeah, it's not attaching. So what if I do, let's go back, go to NVim config. This whole single file app support in .NET is a brand new feature in .NET 10, so not everything plays well with it. And I'm pretty sure that the way my NeoVim configurations are set up for my LSP, it's not quite picking up on the fact that I'm in a project and I'm in a project and I have a C# file open, so it's not picking up on that fact, so it's not attaching to my buffer. But I think I can force it to do that with this root markers config. Let's see. I've never messed with this before. root markers. There's get. Do I have that in the right place? Oh, that's not the right API. NVim lsp config root markers. Let's see. Is that something? This is actually going through a migration right now at this point, so help LSP all. I might switch over to VS Code because NeoVim NeoVim I think is just gonna root markers. I think NeoVim is just going to get us sidetracked. So we try to figure this out. Chiton, hello Chiton. Yeah, long time no see indeed. Damn, the whole chat's Indian. Our Iranian friend is not here. I have not seen him. He is not. He was not on my stream this morning, and he's not here this afternoon. Hey Johnny, nice username. What a username. I can just imagine somebody creating an account and typing that into the text box. How would you keep a straight face? Alright, do we abandon this? Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to work. I kind of wonder, let's just, hold on, let's just, let's just go to this project. Let's see. Just making sure my NeoVim configuration isn't corrupted. So this should all turn a different color. Whenever the LSP attaches, it will. There you go. So yeah, the LSP info. So there's OmniSharp. So the question is, why did OmniSharp pick up, or why did OmniSharp attach here, but not over in the single file app? I'm guessing it has something. Let's go to single file agent. This is not at all important to what we're doing. Let's see, .NET new project. Can I just create a CS proj, like new item test.cs proj? I just want to see if that makes OmniSharp attach. Yeah. Okay. So that it's looking for a particular thing, but obviously I'm not going to get good support for this in NeoVim, unfortunately. So I'm going to switch over to VS Code. Make this a little bigger. Let's see, video 1. Yep, there we go. I'm going to close this. Make this a little smaller. Okay. Console.log. dot right line. There we go. Although I don't want copilot. Let's see. Copilot. Okay. So hello. We'll just print agent. Hello. .NET run. Like that. Oh. It would help if I could remember how to write C#. Did you ever experience the situation where you missed one word or letter and the whole code is messed up? Yeah, just like what just happened right now. I missed a semicolon and it's broken. Still using TypeScript? I do still use TypeScript for sure. Yeah, for sure. Right now I'm using .NET and C# because I kind of want to showcase .NET and C# in these videos instead of TypeScript or Python, which TypeScript and Python get all the love in sort of the AI world. And so I kind of want to showcase like, hey, you can do stuff in this realm with C# and .NET, and you can even do it all in one file now in .NET 10. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay, so we need to be able to read from our app settings, right? So this is going to be, we're going to have our API key in here. So this will be like, let's just say like Gemini, and then we'll say API key, and we'll just, for now, we'll just up there. And then I'm actually not 100% certain how you get access to the app settings.json file. I think it gets included by default. So let's see. .NET run single file app settings.json. Maybe it's just .NET run would be a better Google search. What is it? It's like .NET single file app .NET 10. Here we go. I was like, I knew I'd been on this. Let's see, create a single file. Nope, that's wholly different. Yeah, see, like you can do stuff like this where you can specify packages, you can specify properties. Like here's a property. But I'm pretty sure. There's a feedback to Git. There's a GitHub issue where a lot of this is being tracked. Working on AI in Java? Nice. Okay, that's not where I want to go. There we go, .NET run file. This is like, okay, we got documentation here. Let's see, motivation. File-based programs should be viable alternative to using PowerShell and Bash scripts. Yep, exactly. So, artifacts is set to temp directory. Target path, okay, integration. I'm trying to see if it talks about like where it outputs things. Let's see, okay, build out. Build outputs are placed under a subdirectory whose name is hash file path of the entry point inside a temp or app data directory, which should be owned. Yada yada. Artifacts are cleaned periodically. Directives for project metadata. Package, there's properties. There's got to be some way to... There's got to be some way... There's got to be some way to get access to this file when we run. So... console.writeLine. What if I do builder? I don't have a builder. What if I do environment dot machine name, special folder? I don't know. I need a package for this. Hey Steven, do you play games? I do play, yeah. I mostly play Warzone. That's kind of my #1 game. Yeah, I think I need... Yeah, I need to do this. I need to do something like this right here. So, how do we reference a package? We do hashtag package Microsoft.extensions.configuration. And I think if I run this, it'll restore. Yeah, oh, it already did. Restoring. Why is this complaining? It's like it's stuck in a loop. I added that one package in line and it just, now it's like stuck in a loop. What was it saying? Has unresolved dependencies. Microsoft extensions.configuration. Oh, weird. Reloading to start from to match necessary SDK location. Maybe using .NET 10 was a bad idea for this. Yeah, I just think it'd be super cool to show it in a single file. Remember to use spray. Remember to spray your code so no bugs appear. Good idea. Is C# your favorite language? I think so, yeah. I think C# definitely my favorite language, and then if you had to pick like one language to ever write again, like I would probably pick TypeScript, because you know you can run C# in the browser, but you have to have WebAssembly, and I feel like TypeScript is a language that would allow you to build front ends and back ends pretty easily without too much difficulty. And then, of course, if you couldn't use static types, you could just fall back to good old JavaScript with some JS docs. But yeah, I would say C# is my favorite at the moment. I have no idea what you guys are talking about here in the chat. Zoro and Chiton, I don't know what's going on, but hopefully we're not getting like what are we talking about? We're talking about civics and people fighting. Someone stole some jewelry. I have no idea what's happening in my chat right now. Okay, in any event, somehow I need to get the app settings file. What's the best way to do that? I don't know. I don't understand why when I added that reference though, it couldn't build. Oh, because I need to specify a version. Makes sense. Excuse me. I guess I should probably just use this. Because that's... Yeah, 6, 2, 3. Yeah, let's just use that. And how do I do that? How do I specify a version? At. So I could say at. There we go. Success. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Var files equals file dot directory dot get files. Returns the name of the files in the specified directory. So this would be path dot or environment dot get. How do I get the current working directory? I know I should know how to do that, but Let's see. Get C# get current directory. Can I do assembly dot get executing assembly dot location? Gets the full path, and then for each var file in files, console.write line the file. I'm just curious, like, where this is running and what all is there where it's running. Let's see, the parameter is incorrect. Oh, because I need to get the var directory equals path.get directory name. What's that do? Okay, so I have runtime config. I have all the build. Let's see. Configuration, abstractions there. Let's see, warning. Always returns an empty string for assemblies embedded in a single file app. If the path to the app directory is needed, consider app context base. Okay. App context dot what was it? Base directory? I'm learning. Can you code for games or something like that? I can't. I've never built. I've built one game and it was web-based and it was Snake on the web. Gunhigh Sim, interesting. Use Snake case for file naming, but Pascal case as it is within C# standard, right? Why not Pascal case everywhere for file naming? Let's see. So I don't typically use Pascal case for naming in C# projects. This is I don't typically use Snake case. This is a unique situation because I'm using a new feature in .NET 10 that basically lets you just, you know how you can do like node index.js and it'll work? There's a new feature coming in .NET 10 that lets you basically say like .NET index.cs. And because of that, I'm kind of going off script of what I would typically do in a CS or a C# or .NET project. I should also be clear that like what I'm doing right now is like code where I'm like trying to work through what I want to present in a video that I want to film. So some of this stuff is just like Steven actively throwing stuff down on the screen to work through things. That's some of what's going on here. So video 1, you can do that and it'll run, which is new. You couldn't do that before .NET 10. Okay, so is there a way like I could tell it to include app settings.json in the output? csproj include app settings.json property. Yeah, could I do something like What about this? Could I do something like property? What was the attribute? Content. I don't even know if that'll work. Looks like I just ignored it. Here we go. Should contain a name without special characters and an optional value separated by equals. So I'm guessing you can't do that. So yeah, what's the best way to do this then? Yeah, of course, man. Yeah. Thanks for asking, Gunheis. Is it worth learning coding in the future because AI is doing all the work? Well, that's what I'm hoping these videos will kind of show people is that people think AI is doing all the work, but like if you're building AI agents, right? Somebody is having to construct that system. Somebody is having to make those API calls. Like someone is having to author that code, and somebody out there is going to be like, yeah, you'll just have an agent that writes the code that builds the agent, and it's like at some point there's some chicken or the egg problem happening here. So, in my opinion, yes, it's definitely worth learning to code. I think I think people have far overblown how much, or I think people have far overblown the degree that LLMs are going to replace human beings, right? I mean, you see people like the CEO of Anthropic and the CEO of Microsoft making all these claims that like in 6 months 90% of all code is going to be written by AI. And we're like 18 months into that 6-month timeline. So yeah, I think it's still a worthwhile skill to learn. I think I think LLMs and AI are definitely going to have an impact on the world. I just think the impact currently is a little overstated in my eyes. Gunheis, I haven't seen hashtag star two. Oh, this is all new. This is all from .NET 10. Gunheis, this is a new feature that's coming in .NET 10. I'm not sure how up on it you are, but here's the lowdown on this new feature. Let's see. At gun. Yep. Here is the deets on .NET Run support for single file apps. Yeah, so this is a new feature that's coming in November, I guess, when they release .NET 10. I mean, it's available now in preview if you install the preview version of .NET, but basically it allows you to have a very much the same experience as like you would have with like Node index.js, right? So now you can do .NET video 1.cs and it will just run, which is pretty cool. MD, hey, want to know how your code scope is lined? Like, can I see in your NeoVim? I'm not sure what you're asking for. This is my NeoVim configuration, or this is my NeoVim setup. I'm not sure. Are you looking for the specific configs? Because those I can get for you. The specific configuration is here. At MD. There you go. Yeah, of course, man. I think the .NET team's doing a lot of work to try to make C# more and more approachable. You know, I mean, C# scales really well, like .NET scales really well to really complex solutions, but it's always struggled scaling down, you know? And so I think the .NET team is doing a lot of great work to make .NET, make C# feel more like it scales down, right? You want to write a short little script to facilitate something in C#. Well, now you can. You know, you don't have to stand up a whole console application to do it. Hey, what's up, Yasir? How are you? Good to see you, man. By the way, I'm in 9th grade. It's the reason for asking. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I do. I think AI or LLMs change the world. Probably. Does some form of AI like significantly impact the world? Probably. I'm 32, and I just need to get through like the next 20 to 30 years of working. So I don't necessarily think AI is going to disrupt us in the next 20 to 30 years, that it makes learning to code useless. Between the brackets, what plugin you use for it? Oh, let's see. The plugin I use for that, I think, is called, let's see, plugins. It's not Lualine. I think it's something related to Tree Sitter, if I remember right. Yeah, there's my rainbow delimiters. Is that what it's from? It might be from this. Oh no, maybe it's this one. Tree Sitter Context? Maybe that's it. No, that's the one with Sticky Scroll. I don't even remember what is giving that. I think it's something with Tree Sitter though. NeoVim, Rainbow, Delimiters. Nope, it's not that. NeoVim Code Scope plugin. Yeah, I honestly don't even remember what the plugin is. We'd have to go through this individually, because the last time I touched my NeoVim configuration was, oh my gosh, it's been a minute. So you have Rainbow Delivers, there we go. I think it's this right here. So IBL hooks, indent blank line, I think is the plugin. Indent blank line. And then I must have, somewhere in here, yeah, there we go. This is it. Here you go. Copy. At MD. Here you go. This is it. I think it's that one that's adding that. Lazy Vim uses the same, but I don't know what plugin it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. that I just posted in the chat. I've seen that there was a step in Python, a like syntax, for example, with list initializing for C# interactive, or C# is a single file script too, which is cool given that C# is awesome. Oh yeah, the collection initialization. Yeah, that's new, where you can do you can basically do this now. You can say list of string and then names equals this, right? Which means if you have a method that's like call me, and you define the parameters as names like that. Let's see, for each var name and names, console write line name. Now you can do this. You can say call me, and then you can just pass in an array. Like this looks much more like JavaScript than it does C#, because in the past you would have had to say new list of string, right? You would have to do like an initialization syntax like this, which is pretty cool. They added that in, I think, C# 12. When did they add that? Yeah, in more Pythonish var new list. Oh, so you can't do, yeah, you can't do, so you can't do that yet. So you can't do var list equals this yet. You can't do this yet because the compiler still needs to know what the target type is for the collection initialization to work. So you have to have some target type, which is why like you can do it here in a parameter or in a method call, because the parameter defines the target type. But if you're doing like a variable declaration, then you have to define the target type ahead of time. At least currently. But yeah, they're doing all kinds of stuff like that to make C# feel more friendly, nicer, easier to work with. Yeah, it's possible, like in the demo you saw, Gunhighs, maybe that target type came from somewhere. Yeah, it's very cool that C# is evolving. Yeah, it's very cool. Has it really already been an hour? And I have done very little in that hour. I basically just tried to sit here and figure out how to get access to this app settings file. I mean, at the very least, I could just like I can tell my app like, hey, read this path, right? But that's not ideal. I wonder if I use like a host. So instead of doing, what if I did this? What if I do Microsoft.extensions.hosting, I think is a package. What if I do that? And then I say var builder equals host builder dot generic host. What is it? It's like there's a default host that I can use. Console host C#. There you go, generic host. It's a static call. So we do host dot create application builder, maybe? What happens then? then we could pass in, I think this takes in the args if we want. Does that change how it behaves at all? I'm just kind of, at this point, I'm just kind of exploring. Definitely brought in a lot more DLLs, but I don't think it. Let's see. Path.getBase. How do I just get the file name? Get file name from path C#. Path.getFilename. It's right there in front of me. Okay, so we have the runtime config, we've got our exe. So these are all, this is all being generated programmatically behind the scenes. So what if I call builder.build? And then what if I call app, oops, app.run? Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get that app settings file copied over. What if I do console.writeLine builder.environment.application name? Anywho, I'm probably going to do more of this on stream, though. This is probably going to work on for a little while because I'd really like to make these videos for my channel. And yeah, that's the plan. At this point, though, I got to call it and head back to work. Destroy, he's back. I am back, but I'm leaving. Hello, Wilo Gamer Pro. Good to see you. Sorry, I won't ask any other distract. No, you're not distracting me. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. All right, I got to run. I know I didn't get through a ton. We'll probably get to more interesting bits of this conversation once I figure out these pieces. But I appreciate you guys keeping me company. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. If it's already Wednesday for you, have a great Wednesday. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. All right. Bye. See you guys.